Okay, Raegan, start here.
Start here.
Cut. Welcome back to Name 3 Players. We're your hosts, Victoria.
And I'm Raegan.
And this is Sports for the Girls.
Whether you're a dedicated sports fan, you know your shit, or you don't really know shit at all and you just need some little facts for your hot date this weekend, we've got you covered. We're happy to be here.
We are.
Every week.
Every week. Every Friday. Well, how are you? How the hell are you?
Well, I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah, you had a big work week.
Yeah.
And it's only Wednesday.
I know. And I haven't been to work yet. But, we'll get into that. But
yeah.
I'm good, though.
Chicago was good. Treated you well.
Yeah, it did.
You had a Portillo's situation.
I sure did.
Dude, I'm so jealous.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And I had that shake for dessert that night. A little bit for breakfast that next morning, and then for dessert that night again.
Did I sound so Chicagoan whenever I called you and I was like, did you get a shake?
See, the thing is the first time I ever learned about Portillo's, I was in Arizona. So, I had no idea.
Wait, what?
I had no idea this was a Chicagoan thing.
Did you just learn that right now when I said that?
No, I've learned that since. But, so for you to be like, did you have a shake? I wouldn't be like, so Chicago. I'd be like, she knows Portillo's.
I did not know they were anywhere other than Chicago.
Yeah.
That's so funny because my family gets them shipped from Chicago for holidays and stuff.
You can do that?
Yeah, Gold Belly. Not sponsored, but wish we were.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's Gold Belly. They get my dad in Texas gets Jack Stack shipped there.
Holy.
Yeah,
fuck.
they freeze it and then they send it to you.
Oh my
My
God.
family in a tub for Christmas.
That's crazy.
I've never had that either.
But it is a Kansas City delicacy.
It is.
Is it?
Some may say. In a tub?
Why is it called in a
Basically, if you're not a Kansas City person, which most of you aren't, it is a shitty taco, a greasy taco with powdered cheese.
But is it a good taco?
I personally do not think so, but there's a large portion of people here that do think so, yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I should try it.
Yeah. Anyway, Chicago. Love it there. Miss it so much.
How are you? I haven't seen you since I've been back.
I know. I've been good. I have been in town, in home. I've been
for
home.
once.
I know. It feels nice. Life has been moving very fast, actually, though. I feel like I haven't been home, in my humble abode, and a lot since I've been back. I've been home in the city of Kansas City. I have not been home in my physical home a lot. I've been going.
Yeah.
Been on the move. Anyway, that's it for me.
Well, good.
But yeah, no, it's been fine. Work, everything.
Meetings, podcast.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad your week is off to a great start.
It is. Okay, hit me with your win of the week and your loss of the week.
Well, my win of the week is Chicago.
The city itself.
Well, just the trip. I went for work. If you don't know this about me, I am a bridal stylist. I work with brides. I sell wedding dresses. I style brides.
Make brides' dreams come true.
Not to sound cheesy, but yeah. So that's my win. It was a great trip. Felt inspired.
Good.
Yeah. My loss, I feel like I just been in a funk, but I can't put my finger on it. There's no reason to be,
That'd be happening sometimes.
I'm just meh. Kind of bored with life,
Yeah.
So
Just a meh.
yeah.
I just feel the same thing. It's the end of season meh.
And I feel part of it
Coin
is
that term.
End of season meh.
Meh.
I think that's very true though. And August starts out on such a high note every year because it's my sister's birthday, my birthday, my mom's birthday. We had our trip with my mom to look forward to. I had Chicago to look forward to. And now I'm just kind of
what's next?
What's next? And it's the home opener, but
football
that's
season,
not for
baby.
2 more weeks. So anyways, what's yours?
My win? Oh, my win. My design non-compete is up.
Big fucking day. I could run around in circles.
I really could. So, if you don't know a lot about graphic design or really the creative industry as a whole, I know a lot of other industries have non-competes, not as extensive as this. If you're in the commercial design world and you work with a high-profile project, you a lot of time get attached to a very extensive and lengthy non-compete. And I did that. And it was exhausting and awful. And I was in creative jail for 16 months.
Spit behind bars.
Yeah.
Can't do anything new.
Literally. So I was in creative jail for 16 months and obviously still been working, just not in the, facet that I wanted to, or I couldn't take certain projects and things like that. But now I'm a free bitch. So
Golf clap because it'll be too loud in the mic.
yeah, thank you. But yeah, that's an absolute win. It feels like a weight has been lifted off of me and I'm ready to make some cool shit again.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited
I feel
for you.
like my brain, even with like the podcast, my brain has just been on cloud 9, like ideas, because I feel so much better.
Good.
Day to day.
I'm glad.
And it just put me in a better mood.
Big day.
Artists need to make art.
They do.
For real. My loss, I would say, honestly, I'm going to echo what you said, like end of season blues a little bit. The summer went by super fast. I feel like I traveled more than I wanted to. I looked back at the summer and I just feel like I was gone more than I was here. Not feel like, I was, statistically. Mm-hmm. I was gone more than I was home, and I don't know. That just like can be a bummer sometimes, whether it's work or personal or whatever. So
it's hard to like get into a routine too, and you're a very routine oriented person, and like I feel
Right.
like you probably just felt in disarray a little bit. Also.
Right, and I'm getting back to it, which I think feels good. So that's like, forming it into a win, I guess. But yeah, loss would just be looking back at this season in the summer and it not going exactly how I thought it would, or like, God, not this being a mental health episode. Crazy. Hey, real bitches. Sorry, we can't be anything but authentic. It's just who we are.
We couldn't be fake if we fucking tried.
Fucking tried. Anyway, yeah, I think just a little like, summer's over. That's crazy. But okay.
What was that summer, like summer 16? Drake had that song. It's like, summer 16. And like truly for everyone, that was the best summer of their lives. I felt like our summer last summer was
the best
truly
summer of our
the
lives.
best summer of our lives. Like summer 16, 6 years later.
Yeah.
I think about it, it makes me sad.
We were
unhinged
last
Yeah.
summer. Like every night at Tin Roof, just together at dinner every single night last summer. And like we did that this summer, but not like we did last summer.
Yeah, I would take a little responsibility just for not being here.
It's all your fault.
Formally, I will apologize to the girls, i.e. the 2 girls in this room. But yeah, I think 100%. But we are going to come. We're back. We're better than ever. Football's around the corner, which is our Super Bowl is football season.
Yeah.
So we're so excited.
Yeah, our Super Bowl actually is September 7th. So
Yeah, and then it's the entire season until the Super Bowl because we'll be there.
Yes.
Mark our words.
You heard it here first.
Points I give you.
Not a cheese podcast.
Not a cheese podcast, but I'm just saying statistically what. Speaking of the season opener, we're going. And we got koozies. So we're going to give a couple away on our Instagram. We got enough that we're going to do that, and you guys will see them. But we have a whole collection of merch that... Wow, this feels heavy to say, but you guys heard it here first. Yeah. We have a whole collection of merch that will be coming out towards the end of the year. Hint, hint. Near our 30th episode. So we'll have merch then. This is kind of our first introduction and layer into that. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, if you're going to be at the game, let us know and come find us.
Come find us, and we'll give you a koozie. And
it's going to be worth millions one day.
Yeah. If you're going to be at the Chiefs home opener, let us know. Or if you just want a koozie, let us know, and we'll send you one.
Our girl, Haley.
Oh,
she doesn't
for
live
sure.
Here. We're going to send her one.
Haley, you get one.
Unless you want to come to the Chiefs
Not
game.
Haley, Raegan's sister. You also get one. But Haley...
Our hockey girl, Haley.
Our hockey girl, Haley gets a koozie, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we had a mutual loss. It was kind of sad, but we got good wins going on the way.
Yeah.
Wins. Do you get it? We got good wins on the way. All
Shout
right.
out Chiefs.
All right, anyway. Chris Jones, please come back. So our first segment, our recap. Our recap segment is where we recap any notable updates, changes from our stories from the previous week. So last week's episode, we talked about the Women's World Cup, just the MLS in general, mostly Messi, and then Michael Oher. These stories have progressed.
Baby Storian.
Baby Storian. So, Women's World Cup.
Yeah, enlighten me, because I was just like, cool, they won.
No, it's
I didn't know.
So much drama. It's so messy. Shut up.
When we were texting about something being messy today, I was like, wait, what did he do? And then I was like, no. Someone else is messy.
Yes. So Spain beat England 1-0, won the World Cup. Made history. Incredible, right?
So I thought.
Yes.
So I thought.
I mean, still incredible. I'm not taking that away from them. But there's so much happened in this story. So, first of all, let me take you back. 15 of the women that had played previously on Spain's national team sent the exact same email, identical email. You haven't heard anything about this?
No.
Okay. Sent the exact same email saying they don't want to be called up to the national team because of the conditions that the coach put them in. This Vilda guy has been the coach for a while. Does not have a good rep in like morale and also just winning.
Oh.
Yeah, but they won't get rid of him, I guess. I don't really know all of the details about that. But I do know that 15 of these women sent the exact same email, like clearly premeditated.
Former team members.
That, yes, and that were like expected to be called up. They don't want to be called up.
Uh-huh.
They're not playing for the Spanish national team because of this guy. And just, I guess, the staff in general, because it wasn't just him. It was like they wouldn't arrive, like, it was just like a shit show, basically.
Uh-huh.
But it was the exact same, identical email, clearly premeditated. And they sent it. Only 3 people from the original team got called, or like said that they would play.
Uh-huh.
That's like crazy.
Yeah.
So, that already was like bizarre. And then even all of the like current team had an attitude against the guy, like the majority too. So there's like tons of videos of like, even when they win, like they like, or like they'll have a good ball or something and they'll come off the field like substituting out, and he'll like try to high five them, and they don't fuck with him.
Even so, this is also not just the 3 that
like the new ones too. Like they know that.
Oh
yeah.
Fuck.
So like some were like, no, I'm not gonna play, and then maybe some like, it was their first chance ever or whatever.
Right.
They're not gonna say no. Basically, bad morale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. Another layer. Carmona scored the winning goal, and this is twofold. 2 stories about her. Her dad died while she was playing.
Oh shit.
Right, but like didn't know. So like,
yeah,
obviously after the game she finds out. So that was like,
ugh, that's awful.
Sad / beautiful, like, one layer.
Yeah.
The other thing is she scores, and as she's running away in celebration, she pulls up her jersey, like where you can't see the Spain, and then it's just an Adidas shirt, and on it wrote Merchi, like Merchi, and it was an Adidas shirt. So then everyone's like speculation was like she's basically saying like, fuck Spain, I'm wearing Adidas merch, this is a merch deal or something, and everyone was like really mad at her. But actually it was her best friend's mom that had died like 2 weeks prior.
Oh god.
And it was like this, like basically like ode to her, paying homage to her.
Yeah.
So, but she got a bunch of shit for it, and then like also her dad died. Just like kind of crazy, wild little thing. And then threefold. So then it goes down to one of the coaches, I think he was a coach, kissed one of the players on the mouth out of excitement once the game was over, like before the presser or something. Like, you'll have to fact check me on this because I don't know a ton about it. To be clear, I saw a TikTok. But I did see the video of it happening, and it's fucking crazy.
Was it like unintentional, like oops?
No, he grabs her face, literally, like to where she cannot move. Grabs her face and kisses her on the mouth, which, sure, you're Spanish. I don't really know, like, norms there.
But she, like, wasn't reciprocating.
I mean, I don't know enough about it to know, but he formally apologized.
Oh.
And I don't know, maybe she's made a statement, I don't know. But he literally had to come out and be like, yeah, that was weird. I don't know why I did that. I was just excited.
Wild.
It's
because
like,
at first I was like, oh my god, T, are they sleeping together?
No, that would be another layer. Like maybe it was a cover up. I don't know, but I don't think so though.
Very intimate.
Are you watching the video?
The picture, he's like literally
grabbing her head. We'll have to post the video of it because it's so wild.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see.
And then like his formal apology was like,
the acting prime minister said it was unacceptable gesture and apologies are not enough. They're not even suitable.
Yeah, no, it was wild. That's
crazy.
But that's why, like, when everyone's like Spain, I'm like, what is going on?
When you told me there was drama with it, I literally just thought we were talking about the picture I sent you today of the girl flipping the other girl off in the game.
No, that's also Messi.
Yeah.
Messi disorderly, not Messi the person.
Right.
He
Yeah.
was like messy in the photo.
Oh my god, this is wild.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh, they're asking for the resignation of him because who has harassed and assaulted a woman. His excuses are useless.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's
I wonder
crazy.
if has she came out and said anything, Chloe? Because like she, of course, has made a statement, right? Like it has to be against him. If it's assault and harassment, like she has to be like, that was fucking crazy.
Well, was that report saying that moment right there was assault and harassment, or in the past he's been accused of that?
I know the coach has been accused of not like anything sexual. He may have, I actually don't know. But I wrote some of the things I was reading was like just basically unprofessional. Like,
Damn.
and
I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
well, that's not the. I'm talking about the head coach.
Oh.
This
sorry.
is not the head coach that did that.
Okay, got it.
She said that her agency is taking care of defending her interests. She was not on board.
Okay.
She was not on board with the
Not
kiss.
consensual.
So this girlie did not want to be kissed. The coach kissed her on the mouth. The hands on the head is what I'm just like.
And her hands in the picture are like, lah.
Yeah, like what are you doing? No, it's wild.
That's crazy.
So yeah, Spain, a lot going on there, but they did win. Congrats to them. Like they deserve all the kudos. It's not like obviously the girls' fault that any of this has happened.
Right.
So good on them. Also,
But
maybe
big yikes.
Also, just men are the losers in this.
And fucking leave it to a man to make the Women's World Cup about them.
Yeah, all the stories are about them.
Fuck them.
Wait, hold on. He said he apologized on Monday, but only after telling Spanish broadcaster a day earlier that anyone who saw the incident as anything other than a kiss between two friends celebrating something were idiots and stupid people.
I don't kiss my friends with my hands on the side of their head where they can't move. In that story, women rule, boys drool. Okay, these next guys don't suck.
No, they don't.
Actually, he's the least suckiest of them all, I would say.
He's quite literally the best in the world.
Yes. Inter Miami beat Nashville SC in the League's Cup final on Saturday after a 1-1 tie was settled by a marathon 10-9 penalty shootout.
Which, like, I know I'm new to the whole soccer scene, but, like, a penalty shootout is so exhilarating.
Yeah, sexy.
It's
Yeah.
crazy!
It is, yeah.
So much pressure on the goalie.
Messi extended his winning streak since joining the MLS side to 7 games. That's nuts. That's messy.
That's crazy.
How many times we can make that joke?
Infinite.
But before he joined the team, they had the worst record in the league with 5 wins in 22 matches.
So then since he's been here, now they still have the worst record, I think I read. Yeah, so he came in, they were 5-22.
in the Eastern Conference, though, not in the total thing.
Gotcha. He came in, they were 5-22, won 7 straight, and now they're still last in their conference.
Yeah.
Wild. But then won the League Cup.
Yeah, no. It is crazy. And it just, the fact that, I mean, I'm not taking away from the rest of the team, right?
I mean, but
one person can change the trajectory of something is truly crazy.
Yes.
And soccer is a sport that absolutely can happen in, so.
Did you see, I don't know exactly which game it was in, but he, like, made a goal and then did the Spider-Man celebration. I just want to, like, oh.
He's a cutie, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I keep saying Messi, and I don't mean to be saying Messi.
But everything is messy.
Everything is messy. Okay.
This one's just with a Y, not an I.
Yes. Michael Oher. We got some updates, but not really, but kind of enough to talk about it. So. Basically, if you didn't listen to the last episode, go back, listen to it.
It's the blindside guy.
The blindside
He's
guy.
accusing his family of never adopting him, putting him on a conservatorship, all this stuff, and he's saying that he never got paid.
But now he stepped out for the first time since the allegations. He signed some books, took pictures with fans, whatever. And then anytime someone would ask him anything, he just said that he can't comment on it because, of course, legal binding contract.
Yeah.
Interesting, sure, but we haven't heard anything from a legal defense standpoint, which you'd think like some statements would be made, and we haven't heard anything. So that's interesting. So I guess the update is a lack of update.
Yeah.
Really.
Not much has changed.
And he's just out there signing books.
But I mean, people were taking pictures with him. Like, people were lined up to see him at this signing.
I'm telling you, by the People's Court, like, I think he's gonna win. Okay, well that was the recap.
Woohoo.
Any other things to recap? Anything to throw in there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That about covers it.
All right. Well, before we get into our top 3 sports stories, we got a sponsor. The Good Patch. The Good Patch are wearable patches designed to make each day just a little bit easier. Whether you need to look alive, find your zen, or clock in some beauty sleep, they've got you covered. Simply peel, stick, and wear for up to 8 to 12 hours. We suggest the Rescue for hangovers, relief for sore muscles, cycle for that time of the month, and B12 for a little extra energy. Use code NAME3PLAYERS at checkout for 15% off your order.
It's a little something for everybody in there.
Yeah.
Cramps, hangover, workout, everything.
Yeah. Those all suck. And working out doesn't suck all the time, but cramps and hangovers do.
Sure do.
So
Sure
get your
do.
Good Patch.
All right. Well, that brings us to our main segment, the top 3 sports stories of the week, where every week we pick the top 3 stories that we think the girls need to know. We're weeding through the sports stories really so you don't have to. And if we pick them,
They're important.
they are. Because we make the rules. Okay, well, similar to last week, similar to what we did with the NBA, like NFL is happening. It is on. It's just nonstop. It's hard to narrow one story down in the NFL. So we're just doing a little bit
So
of
we're not
everything.
going to.
We're not going to because, again, we make the rules.
Yes.
So, again, to kind of recap the preseason games that are going on right now, I know we say that preseason doesn't matter, but it is interesting to see some of these scores that came out.
Yes. It doesn't matter, but it matters.
It does. And again, it's a way for like rookies kind of to establish the depth chart, the 53-man roster, like so
Gain
the starters,
confidence,
yeah,
in case
new
of emergency.
coaches, how that's all going to work out. But like Bengals, I think, who can be arguably the Chiefs' biggest rival, tied with the Falcons. There are ties in preseason. There's no overtime, so that's kind of boring. But Bengals tied with Falcons 13-13. Eagles tied with the Browns 18-18. So like Super Bowl contenders tied with arguably one of the worst teams in the league 18-18. That game was kind of a snooze fest. I watched it. It wasn't very great.
Yeah.
Other scores, Ravens barely defeated the Commanders 29-28. I did want to touch on this because if you're not familiar, the Washington Commanders have a new offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy. He has been known for being
like every time someone says his name, it sounds like Eric the Enemy.
Oh, well, honestly, the players may agree.
Like it sounds like a Marvel supervillain. Eric the Enemy.
I'm dead. Earlier this preseason and training camp and everything, the players were basically complaining about how rough he was coaching.
He was the enemy.
He was the enemy. But players have come out in his defense and being like, no, he's a good coach. He's just hard because he knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. But he's been receiving all kinds of praises on Twitter for his coaching and play calling within this past game. So that's good. I feel like he probably needed that because...
A little morale boost.
Yeah. Broncos lost. Shocker. Whatever. That's that on that. So those are the notable scores, but a couple interesting things going into this coming week. Aaron Rodgers is going to suit up.
Making his debut.
He hasn't played in a preseason game since 2018. Whatever.
But for the Jets, he said.
Well, yeah. Chloe sent us a TikTok of Aaron Rodgers in the locker room, and some player was passing out T-shirts, and he looks like a carcass.
I said he looked like a pterodactyl.
I didn't really get that so much, but he doesn't look great. But then again, I was sitting in my car. I was like, is he just aging and we're being rude? Or is he just...
Oh, darn.
I don't mean it like that. Am I oh, he's just aging? Or am I no, he looks like dog shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is the thing. Tom Brady's aging.
He probably gets a lot of work done. You don't think he's
had
getting fucking Botox?
Buccal fat removal for sure.
Yeah.
No,
Aaron Rodgers isn't doing that shit.
Maybe we
The
should
darkest
chill
one
a
not
little
to.
bit on Aaron Rodgers' appearance, but no.
He doesn't look
It
great.
looked like one of his eyes was sunken back.
He's got the
One hit hit
suds.
to the head.
You know in SpongeBob when he has the suds and his eye falls?
He looks like the little worm in SpongeBob in the wheelchair.
What are they selling?
Yeah. That's Aaron Rodgers.
Holy shit. Two main things about preseason. Aaron Rodgers is going to give the people what they want, and he's going to play in a preseason game on Saturday. So tomorrow he'll be playing. And then Chris Jones is not going to be playing anytime soon, it sounds like. Chris Jones is a defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's literally the best defensive player in the league.
Top 10 players in the league.
Yeah, I think he got Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yeah.
He's great. We need him. The Chiefs need him. It's not looking good without him, and he's holding out because he's up for a contract renewal at the end of the season, and he wants to get it renegotiated now. And now he said on social media that he may hold out until week 8.
And Andy Reid said, bet.
Yeah. It just is like, at this point, the players aren't feeding into it. The coaches aren't feeding into it. He's the only one that's feeding into it.
As we say, in Andy Reid and Brett Veach we trust.
Yeah.
And I think that they will do whatever needs to happen. But
he's getting fined because technically he's still in contract with the Chiefs. He's like, this wasn't a contract year. He's not like in talks of trading. He hasn't requested a trade. So he's still legally binded to the Chiefs for another year. So the fact that he hasn't reported to training camp, to any preseason games, like he's getting fined every single day. I think it was something around like $50,000 or something like that a day for training camp, but it's like $1 million if you miss a game. So by the time week 8 rolls around, he could be paying like $10-11 million in fines. And right now his payment for the year is like $20 million.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. I get fighting for your worth and your
Of course.
value, especially when you are Chris Jones.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is like, this team, in my belief, made you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you bring an incredible value to the team. That team brings an incredible value to you. You make the money you make because of this team. So at what point do you just say, okay, we'll figure it out? Like,
yeah.
I just like $20 million?
Well,
if you're half that, okay, maybe.
This isn't even your contract. Like, we still have a whole other season until you actually need to negotiate this. So like, I get wanting to like lock it in, but it's like, this isn't like, let's cross that bridge when we get there. Am I naive in saying that? Maybe, because I'm not an athlete. I'm not a pro football player. Like, I don't know. But it's not like we're up against a deadline for this season. Like, you're still going to get paid for this season regardless. And now maybe half of that if you actually wait till week 8. I don't really know.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And it's wild that like they have the power to do that.
Yeah. That's where, I mean, I feel like, because a lot of players do this. So maybe the fact that we're like harping on Chris Jones is also not super good. But
it's
like,
making national news though, because the players that have been holding out are back.
Right. I think, and that's the point I want to drive home with this, is like, it's just like, this isn't the norm. It looks messy, and it looks like the morale of the team is going to be a little wonky. Like, you just don't want that going into it, because the mental matters, and like, figure it out later.
All the other players that have missed training camp to like hold out for their contract negotiations, like, again, I totally understand wanting to be paid, and you all deserve to be paid. But, like, what about the players that, like, are fucking throwing up in the heat and practicing in the heat and showing up for the fans and playing in the games, and all the players that have gotten injured so far because they're proving themselves to their team, to their fans, to themselves, like,
right.
And it's like the players that are holding out, like, yes, you want more money, but you're not being a team player at this point.
It's giving selfish.
And there's no fucking I in team.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's preseason for you.
That's preseason.
And that's showbiz, baby.
That is showbiz. Sticking with the NFL, Will Levis signs a lifetime deal with Hellman's Mayo.
That's the whitest white people shit I've ever heard in my life. It's like, white people get made fun of for loving mayo, and he just like fucking drove that one
Honestly,
home.
incredible brand deal on Hellman's.
Yeah.
I
do love mayo.
Ooh, that made me like...
I like mayo. But it's like, this is just, you're white, we get it.
You're white, we get it. Hellman's, incredible. Props to you. Brand deal, outrageous.
And it's a lifetime deal.
You know, that was like an art school intern that was like, what if we give it to Will Levis? And they're like, fuck
well,
yeah.
He said he puts it on like insane things.
I'm gonna gag. So Will Levis was number 33 overall pick in the second round of the 2023 NFL draft. And he came from Kentucky. If you've seen the photos of the guy with like all the women on the couch, redhead, that's him.
He plays for the Titans right now, so Plays for the Titans on the field. Hellman's off the field.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I hope we see him one day on Netflix's Quarterback, and he has to talk about that he took a Hellman's lifetime deal.
Love that. The way that his
Yeah, I
life
know.
is going right now, he won't be.
Hey, you don't know. They pick an underdog for the
I don't know that he'll be in the league
Okay.
much longer.
Okay. Well, sad.
What's the
His girlfriend,
stipulation?
his girlfriend's hot though, so at least
She
he went
is
there.
so hot. What's the stipulations on that if he doesn't make it in the
He's
league?
Still, he
He's
gets
still-
a lifetime of Mayo. Still.
And then they're like, oh, well, sorry, football didn't work out, but you still got the Mayo.
Yeah, that's funny.
I wouldn't mind a lifetime Mayo deal. Sponsor us. Me.
Oh God,
Vic doesn't like it. I do.
I'm just gagging every time you say it.
Okay. Crazy.
I like vegan mayo.
Of course you do.
Bullied in my
Feel
own
like
home.
Aioli.
Bullied on my own couch.
Okay.
Next story.
All right.
All right. Take it away.
Last little tidbit on the NFL stories. The running back gate that we've been talking about. Running backs also want to be paid. They deserve to be paid. We get it. But we talked about Raiders running back Josh Jacobs, who was also holding out on his team, wasn't reporting to training camp, and he's in a contract year. He needed to be renegotiated. He is reporting to the team, so he's coming back. And then last thing, Colts grant their all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor permission to seek a trade. According to Adam Schefter, he reported that on Monday. So in exchange for Jonathan Taylor, the Colts are looking for a first-round draft pick or a collection of picks that equates to one. But then he's also, so he's entering his final year of the contract, of his rookie contract. And he's been seeking a long-term contract extension, but the Colts have shown no willingness to do a deal with him. So they are either going to offer him the franchise tag or let him seek another team. But as of today, so as of Wednesday, 6 teams have inquired about availability and 2 have actually offered something for him.
Damn.
Yeah. So
This isn't in our notes, but Baker Mayfield is the Buccaneers' starting quarterback as of today.
Yep, that came out today. Yeah, lots of roster spots have been claimed. So Baker Mayfield, who got he was the Cleveland Browns quarterback. Then he got traded to the LA Rams at the end of last season, and then saved the day for them, kind of. Mm-hmm. And then now he is the starting quarterback for the Bucs.
Yeah.
I did see a video today. Obviously, Tom Brady was the Bucs quarterback for the last 2-3 years.
No way.
The girls may not know.
No,
that.
I know. I just wanted to act like I didn't.
And
know
so,
that.
obviously,
Who is Tom Brady?
obviously, they're used to a winning quarterback. But a video came out of Baker at camp today, didn't hit any of his targets, and I'm just like, ooh, how the mighty have fallen.
I like Baker Mayfield, and I
I
know,
like him, too.
But it, in his fall was hard.
Yeah, it was.
He fell from grace. But I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I hope he does. I hope he does good, but it's not looking.
He did
that
great
way.
for the Rams.
Yeah.
He got traded and then played in the game 2 days later.
Yeah.
So, quick learner, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, that's that on that.
So
the
that's
NFL.
that on the NFL.
Well, kind of, because we're talking about another NFL player here in our
But
next
the updates on the preseason.
Yes.
So you're updated on the preseason, girls. I hope you're excited like we are.
Only 2 more weeks left of preseason games, and then we're to regular season, baby.
It's regular season.
This weekend, next weekend.
And football's back.
Fuck yeah.
And then our summer blues go away and we don't give a shit. We're like, Summer who? Never heard of her.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Our next story.
We're sticking in the NFL, but a little bit of a different tone.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush files for defamation lawsuit against the NCAA.
So, girly pops, if you're not familiar with Reggie Bush, you may know him as ex-boyfriend of Kim Kardashian. Just putting the name to a face.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
He should have hired her for his lawyer.
that would have been wild.
She didn't pass the bar, right? She couldn't have done it.
I think she passed the baby bar. So Reggie Bush played running back at USC. He won the Heisman Trophy in 2005, but had to forfeit the trophy in 2010 after an investigation was opened by the NCAA and determined that he and his family had accepted cash, travel, a home. So they're claiming that he was basically getting like NIL deals, which we talked about before
the
it was
NIL
allowed.
was a thing, which everyone was doing that.
Yes.
If you're a fan of football, you probably are in favor of Reggie Bush because you're like, yeah, fucking everyone was doing that. He just got caught.
Yeah.
And then he was so good, he had the Heisman, and then he got it revoked. And now he's just like, all right, I've got enough like evidence. Now NIL is a thing, so give me back my freaking Heisman trophy. And also, clear my name because I have been dealing with this now for however long. And it's nuts. The fact that the NCAA even opened the investigation when they did years later.
It was in 2021 that they opened
like,
this.
Get a life, get a job. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do something else with your time. There's so many other things that NCAA could be doing than looking into Reggie Bush and taking his Heisman away.
Well, so not only did they take his Heisman, they like stripped all of the records that he made at USC. So the Heisman Trust organization has come out and said that they would welcome him back. He can have his trophy back as long as the NCAA reinstates his records from his season.
Yeah.
But with all of this back and forth, the NCAA has come out and was like, no, we're not reinstating it. He did a pay-for-play deal. Mm-hmm. And Reggie is just like, obviously like saying it's not true, saying that there's no evidence. His law firm states that it's highly offensive, completely false. He was never accused or involved in a pay-for-play arrangement. So basically, they're just like denouncing all of it that it happened.
Right. Which I think something to note here too is if you're not super familiar with who Reggie Bush is, like this isn't like a guy who played in the league for a little bit and is like a wash up. He's a Fox Sports news anchor. He's like a 40-year-old dude, super successful, had like a long run.
Right.
So it's like he's fighting for like more of the justice of it all. He's not like wanting like, you know, money or like recognition in any other way other than just like he wants back his name and them to basically admit that they did something wrong, which they did. And I think once again, court of public opinion, I don't know anybody that disagrees.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even read anything like Twitter even.
No. He spoke in a press conference on Wednesday and stated again that everything is completely false. There's no evidence to support the claim. But his main quote was, he said, "I've got dreams of coming back into the stadium and running out of that tunnel with the football team. I've got dreams of walking back in here and seeing my jersey and my banner right down there next to the rest of the Heisman Trophy winners, but I can't rightfully do that without my Heisman Trophy." And again, the Heisman Trust said that they would gladly reinstate that as long as the NCAA did, but it doesn't sound like the NCAA is, they said that they've declined to reconsider the case, so sucks for him. But his lawyers have launched an online petition aimed at the NCAA to restore all of his collegiate records so that he can reclaim his Heisman Trophy. The goal is to garner 10,000 signatures. So if you're feeling generous, go sign the petition. Yeah. Maybe it'll help.
Honestly, we should.
Yeah, we should.
Justice for Reggie Bush and his Heisman.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for our last story?
Yeah.
Okay. James Harden of the Philadelphia 76ers, he's an NBA player, has been fined $100,000 for calling the 76ers president of basketball operations, Daryl Morey, a liar. The boy's a liar.
Daryl Morley's a liar. Ice Spice remix.
Sandoval's a liar.
That's all I can think of.
So James Harden has been buddy-buddy with this, like, pre all this drama. He's been buddy-buddy with this Daryl Morey character. Also, like, the 76ers, him and the 76ers have kind of a weird culture. People were like, is he going to come back? Then he was seen at, like, the white party with all the 76er guys. And they were like, okay, he is coming back. He's buddy-buddy with them. And then he was with Daryl Morey a lot. And basically, he can kind of get away with whatever he wants. That's kind of, like, the basis. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, something happened. We don't know what that something is, and I'm dying to know because the tables have turned. So James Harden wanted to be traded to the Clippers, and they were in talks. 76ers, Clippers were in talks. Clippers shut it down. The 76ers were like, if you take James Harden, then you have to give us someone, like, notable. And they were like, yeah, we're not doing that. We don't want James Harden for someone notable. And so then the 76ers ended it. why he wanted the trade when he said he was going to stay is kind of unknown, especially when he was so buddy-buddy with this Daryl Morley character. Then, once the trade got denied, then he went AWOL, essentially, and, like, spoke out about him being a liar and, like, all of this really public stuff. And then now he's getting fined $100K. No one knows, like, really the semantics of it, like, why it all went awry, why he's going kind of, like, off the deep end about this.
Yeah.
Especially when he had stated previously that he was, like, going to stay.
Yeah. He, like, went to an Adidas marketing event and was, like, speaking to the crowd, and he was like, Daryl Morey is a liar. Let me repeat that. He is a liar. And it's just like, he's a liar.
It's giving, like, they should be on Morey.
Yeah. On Tuesday of this week, the National Basketball Players Association released a statement stating that basically they stand with James Harden. They disagree with the league's decision to fine him. The comments made by James Harden don't violate any league's rule against public trade demands. So we'll see what comes of that. But
he's on this tour in China right now, and he was, like, speaking to a bunch of kids on this tour, and, like, he was like, these Chinese kids, like, don't know what you're talking about, but he's like, Daryl Morey is a liar, and they're like, okay. Like, the part of that is so unhinged. Like, why are you saying that to these children? The picture I saw of, like, him looking crazy, like, yelling at these Chinese kids, I'm like, what is going on?
oh no.
But yeah, so the $100,000 is a fine for public trade demands.
Yeah.
But it just is wildly messy. And once again,
So we'll report back, I guess, on if the NBA takes into consideration what the Players Association has said, or if that boy is going to be paying $100K. He's crazy. He should shave his beard. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Good thing we have a recap segment because more probably to come on that. We'll see.
yeah,
All right. I think that wraps up our top 3 stories.
moving right along.
Yeah. Take us into our next segment there, Vic.
Our Walkout Fits of the Week. They're brought to you by one and only Waterboy. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix helps reduce nausea and fatigue and helps you chill out after a weekend out. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, has 0 sugar, and includes 3 times electrolytes and vitamins than its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade, fruit punch, blue raspberry flavors, with the newest Athletic Recovery and lemon lime. So whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. Our code has changed, girls. It is no
Yes.
longer named 3 players. We had a little Yes, we had a little hiccup with that. Now your Waterboy code is for the girls. All caps, no spaces. 15% off your Waterboy order. That includes all the Waterboy products, the sticks, the cans, and the merch. Which, you know, we love the merch.
We sure do.
All right. The Walkout Fit of the Week is where Raegan and I choose just that. Our favorite fit of the week. It can be a sideline fit. It could be a coach's fit. It could be someone just who happens to be an athlete wearing a good fit. It could really just be any fit. We make the rules here.
We do.
But today, they are both athletes walking out in their fits.
And it's kind of just our way to, like, incorporate all the things we love about sports, like the culture, the fashion, all of that stuff. So, you want to go first?
I 100% do. So mine is Sterling Shepard. He plays for the New York Giants, and he walked out in this monochrome, just incredible, I would say more of like a muted tan beige fit. It's a Marni linen button-up with like a matching wide leg trouser. Don't know who makes the trouser. And then these matching Rick Owens sneakers that were like all the same color. And then obviously just a white tank underneath. But
He looks incredible.
Incredible. He is a good dresser.
Yeah, he is.
We're obsessed with his girlfriend too. She's also an incredible dresser.
Yep.
So love it. Love the fit. He always brings it. He always has oversized silhouettes, which I just adore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
10 out of 10, no notes.
Well, mine is Juju. He plays now for the Patriots. He played 1 year for the Chiefs last year, and we've talked about him before, that the city just loved him.
Mm-hmm.
But talk about somebody who can dress well. He always has good fits. So if you keep up with the ones we share, if you've gotten into fits yourself, like he's definitely one to keep an eye on. The one that I picked is, I assume, for his game this past weekend, but he's wearing what looks like a football jersey, but it's crocheted. And then these wide leg jeans that also have like patched on crochet details, just like a colorful little fit. He always looks so happy in what he's dressed in. Again,
Just happy to be there.
Yeah, he truly is the definition of just happy to be there.
And I love crochet right now. Trending in my life as well.
My mom can make you pretty much anything you want.
Shut up.
She crochets the fuck
An
out of
NTP
things.
jersey. Like that.
Oh God, that's still a tall order. Mom, if you're listening.
Please.
But yeah, Juju, I'm sure he'll be on our list throughout the season because he always
throws a fit.
He wore the Grinch suit to the Christmas Day game.
Yeah, that's cute.
So incredible.
Well, that was our walkout fits of the week.
You can find those on our stories. We'll post them for you to look at. We have a highlight on our Instagram profile to look back on any you may have missed.
All right. Next, it is the breakdown.
So our breakdown segment is, again, where we're just breaking it down. We're taking a sports topic, a specific play, maybe some drama, just anything happening in the sports world that's not necessarily a news story.
But just something we want to talk about.
We want to talk about, we want to explain it, we want the girls to know about it. And honestly, this week's topic is just women in sports.
Just women.
They're taking over.
They're popping off.
They really are.
Yeah. FIFA has announced that the 2023 Women's World Cup had generated close to $900 million in revenue, which is the second highest income generated from any global sporting event behind only last year's Men's World Cup.
Popped the fuck
Yeah.
off. Like, that is so exciting.
I just don't want to hear the narrative anymore that women don't bring in the money.
Like,
caption, they don't get paid because they don't bring in the money. They don't bring in the attendance. Like, hey, that may have actually made sense 10 years ago. It doesn't make sense anymore.
And the caption of the post that we saw about this, that Vic shared with us, was, oh, but we thought women didn't make money. Well, they fucking do now.
Yeah, 900 mil to be exact. So we'd love to see that.
Yeah. Another notable thing that's happening around the WNBA, Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces is an incredible athlete. Yeah. Like, she's so fucking
It's another one that's
good.
Like blowing up my TikTok. Like, I just see it all the time.
So she's the fastest player in WNBA history to record 3,500 plus points, 1,500 plus rebounds, and 300 plus blocks, achieving these stats in only 180 games.
Yeah.
So there's roughly like 40 games in regular season of the WNBA. So that only took her like 4.5 seasons. So in like football terms, she's barely out of a rookie contract. Like, this bitch is fast.
This bitch is fast as fuck.
Fast as fuck, good as fuck, like, steals the show, dominates the game every time she's on the court. Like, she's good. And she's funny. I don't know if you've ever seen clips of her on the sidelines. There's one in particular where she's dancing with her teammate and they're like sitting down, like dancing, singing this song. She's like, oh, coach is coming. And then they both are just like, ah, and look at the coach for a second and like goes back into her dance. It's so funny. She's a feisty little thing too.
She is. I like her. Speaking of women that are fast as fuck, Sha'Carri Richardson, she won the women's 100-meter final, breaking the record for the fastest ever women's 100-meter run at a world championship track meet with a time of 10:65.
Insane.
And
like, honestly, talk about a comeback story, because she broke insane records like a couple years ago, got in trouble for
stupid reasons.
Literally.
Yeah. This record break came after she made that statement about blocking out the noise, basically saying like, y'all turned on me, watch me.
Yeah, she said, I've seen the world be my friend and I've seen the world turn on me. And now fucking look at her.
Yeah. She said, can't see the haters, running too fast, everything's blurry.
Yeah.
She also, like, when she runs, it's like if you watch her face, she just like does not look like
it's effortless.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's a freak of nature. I love it.
Yeah. So, props to her.
So, women rule.
Yeah, they do.
Women in STEM sports. Women in sports. All right. Walk-up song of the week.
Again, just our way to incorporate what
music.
we love about sports and music. So,
can I go first?
Sure.
The band Camino. Their new album came out. I'm just a rock and roll girly all over again. I just got reminded like how much I freaking love them and rock music in general. And my favorite song off that album is See You Later. So that's my walk-up song of the week.
It is good. It is good. Mine is Jealousy by Cardi B and Offset. And just like...
it's messy.
It is so messy, but it's so good.
I just love them. I love
do
her.
too.
And everyone has their shit to say. I'm like, I don't care. She's a character. I love it.
I really like when people talk shit on her. I'm like, what? Great song, gets me going.
All right. Anything else? Any closing thoughts?
No, my back and my hips are on fire, so I'd love to.
All right. Well,
wrap this on up.
Thanks for tuning in. This week's episode of Name 3 Players. That's episode 17. Freaking crazy. We release new episodes every Friday, cover the hard-hitting stories as you just experienced. You can listen to our episodes on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and YouTube. Sometimes you can watch them, sometimes you can listen to them, but they're always on YouTube. You can look at our faces. Our photos are always there. You can stay up to date on all the happenings around the sports world between episodes. And for more information on NTP events and sponsorships, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Name 3 Players spelled out. And finally, you can listen to our walk-up songs of the week and our special curated playlists for the girls by following us on Spotify at Name 3 Players. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, and you can listen to their music on Spotify.
Sure can.
And drink your water, boy. Use your good patch, because we know you're going to be hungover this weekend. And we hope you have the best one for the girls. Bye. Bye.